everyone, and welcome to day 10 of this advent series. First of all, I would like to thank you. Thank you so much for all your comments and all your hints. They are so much appreciated. Today I will be starting out with some Bezel craft cardstock, and I want to work with a book page. In fact, I do have some books that I don't like, that I never liked. Yes, I can't tell you where they all come from. I do have some old books that I don't need anymore, and my mom always said never throw a book away, so okay, I will use them for crafting. I used some old paper distress ink with my blending tool to make it look a little older, and also some brushed corduroy to have some darker edges, to have a nice shading from the edge to the center. And I do this I don't do this very often. I'm not the distress kind of type who likes vintage style, but I think yes, for Christmas cards vintage may be okay. So this is now the vintage book page that we created, and I want to do some stamping on that. So I will be embossing, so I use my EK Success powder tool. And Sonia asked me if this is better than those little powder bags. I have no idea, Sonia, because I do only have this EK Success powder tool and I have no comparison about this. So yes, maybe someone else can tell. I used some Versamark ink and inked this super cool flourish background from Hero Arts. I love this for Christmas cards. And I used white embossing powder. And you saw me using my heat gun. This is because the distress ink stay wet for a long time, and I wanted to make sure that the embossing powder does not stick to the distress ink. You can remember some days ago I wanted it to stick on the distress ink, but today I only wanted this nice flourish background in white on that altered and distressed book page. Well, and old book pages are cheap. You can get hundreds of them in one book. So if you have some old books, go for it and try to make some cool Christmas cards. I always try to read a bit what is written there, because I have some war-related books that I don't need, and I do not want any war on my Christmas cards, so be careful what you put on there. I used one of the cool snowmen from Freezy Fellas. I stamped him with Memento black ink, and then I colored him in with my markers. I used some browns because we have already brown on that card, and I thought brown and red would be a good combination, so his scarf will be red. And I like if there are some round shapes, or shapes that I imagine could be round, I like to keep the center lighter than the edges. So I go with a dark edge and with a light center, and yes, this gives some round shape to it, I think. And this is I do the same with the red. I go for a darker red at the edges and a light red in the center, and to make this all blend I go over every area with the lighter color, and then I color the scarf with 3 red shades. And some orange for his nose. Well, this is a nose, and thank you for the hints that a bird's nose is called beak. So good to know. I hope I don't forget that anymore. You saw me doing that quite often right now. I used to have some blue shadows on white snow, so this is what I'm doing here. And then I cut this guy out and left some white area around him just to make sure his arm will stay attached. And this worked, and he is going straight onto the card. And then I used one of the speech bubbles from Hero Arts again. This time we will take the Let It Snow. And I used some brown ink to match the other colors that we already have. I love the Cup of Joe brown ink from Hero Arts. This is such a cool shade of brown. And he got his speech bubble, and that finished the card. Quite easy, quite quick. Hope you had some fun and join me tomorrow. Bye bye!